Hey, Frank with Golficity here, and today we're on the range testing out the Grenade Driver by BombTech Golf. Really excited to try this one out. Just got this in the mail yesterday, and one thing I can say right off the bat, as soon as you take it out and you feel it, it definitely promotes an overall feeling of high quality. Everything from the pure grips down through the custom shaft. We've got this custom leather head cover here, and then the head itself. That's where the magic happens. We're going to talk about that more in a second. But everything, like I said, you get a feel of real quality when you play with this. Cool thing about the background on this company, I looked into them a little bit. They're a smaller company. If you listen to the podcast, you know we're big fans of that. We love seeing equipment coming from smaller manufacturers. A big part of that is that you know that a lot of love goes into it. You can kind of feel and see that when you take a look at the club. As well as far as customer service. It's nice to be able to pick up the phone and talk probably to the person who actually made the club. So there's a lot of benefit to that. Going over a couple quick features of the club itself. Two things that really stand out. First thing is that you're looking at a two-piece design. This is plasma welded, as opposed to some drivers where you'll see four-piece or more. We got two pieces. So the head itself is going to be one piece and the face being another. So again, feels very sturdy. I like it. There's no hosel adjustments obviously on this, but the good part about that too is it kind of reduces the overall weight and, like I said, the consistency and the sturdiness and the feel of the club. The other thing is we've got here the two deep grooves, those channels. What they're going to do is reduce the overall weight and also move that center of gravity up the face a little bit. So a lot of benefits to this club. Like I said, feels really good in the hands. We'll have a full review on Golficity, but let's go ahead and hit it. Before I do that, I also want to mention one really interesting thing. These guys, they're based in Vermont, like I said, a small company, and they had a lot of help with the engineering with the Vermont University, I believe it is, their engineering team over there. So very interesting, cool way that they get them involved. So let's hit a couple and see how it feels. All right, one thing I'm noticing right off the bat, the launch feels great. Not a ton of spin. It feels like I'm not hitting all these completely pure, and it feels like it's coming off nicely. We've got a couple hit it right on the face there. So right in the middle of the face, and those feel really good. Let's hit a couple more. All right, as you can maybe hear, the sound, it sounds great. Like I said, very sturdy. The whole overall feel is that two-piece design just kind of feels like everything is working together. Really liking it. Again, the ball flight is something that, it's not something I'm getting right now to my Nike driver. So I think if anything else, this is going to probably stay in the bag, but let's hit a couple more. So I opted for the 10.5 degree. As you can see, it's a nice launch angle, nothing too crazy here. Also, as far as the spin coming off the club, you can tell that it's not doing that effect where it's just coming out and then whoosh up in the air where we're going to lose some distance. It's a nice, steady flight path throughout the entire line of travel. So a couple things I'm noticing is, first of all, when you hit it solid, it just seems to jump off the club face. Even on miss hits though, where I'm not quite getting in the middle in the sweet spot, I'm noticing a lot of forgiveness, which I like. There's a good one. So again, probably my favorite part of the club, just this first time out swinging it, is going to be that flight path. Very consistent flight path, very level flight path, and you can see that you're going to get a lot of roll out of it. That's where you're going to get some of that distance as well. Now, I opted for the stiff flex shaft. These come in a number of different flexes, but again, feels really good. I've got what I would consider an average swing speed for that. It's definitely the way to go. And like I said, the head is really where the magic happens. Again, those kind of speed channels that they have there, we can really feel what it does for that center of gravity. It feels very good if you're hitting it square in the center of the face there. Now, I don't usually consider myself a real distance player, but I will say it feels really good. And like I said, I don't have a launch monitor or anything out here with me today, but I could tell I'm at this range a lot, and I can tell that I'm definitely picking up a few yards here. And like I said, the consistency is nice. It seemed to be coming a nice scatter down the middle. All right, so again, this is the Grenade. I happen to be using the 10.5 degree stiff shaft from BombTech Golf. You can check them out on the web. We'll link to everything below, as well as on our review on golficity.com. And get out there and give it a try. I definitely highly recommend it.